Good morning! So finally, ayan, naayos na namin ni Doktora yung gagawin. So for today, you'll have Pharma first. Please don't raise your hands. If you have concern, just type it on the chat box. Okay? If you have questions, you have concerns, type it on the chat box. Okay? Thank you. So what we will do, this will be used for the audio. This laptop will be for the audio. The other one will be for the presenter screen para nakakapagsulat sila dun sa screen. Okay? Can you please lower down your hands? Sino itong mga naka-raise yung hands? I will just lower hands. Okay. Again, if you have concerns, type it on the chat box. So yung isa, nandito, naka-open yung chat box. Yes. So each of our faculty will now be rationalizing 100 items for the post-test. Kasi yung post-test ninyo, halo-halo yun. Magkakaiba kayo ng set. Hindi kayo pare-pareho. Okay? Mahina ang audio? I think it's yours. Sa lahat ba, mahina yung audio? Kasi for me, malakas to. Kaya, I think yung audio nandun sa'yo. Nagre-reverb pa nga siya dito eh. Okay, so siguro pataasan na lang ng volume nung sa'yo, no? Okay? So again, our faculty members will be rationalizing 100 items. So yung ibang mga question dito, hindi na itanong sa inyo sa post-test. Kasi again, you have different sets of post-test. Okay, you have different sets of post-test. So we will have Pharma first, and then after Dr. Grajeda, we will, Ma'am Perez will enter, and then for MCHN, and then Dr. Papa, and then Sir DePaul, and Mr. De Guzman. So there shall be 10 minutes break in between. Siguro kapag mga lunchtime, we'll have around 30 minutes break muna, and then dire-diretso tayo. So I cannot give actual time, but for them, sabi nila mga approximately around 2 hours per subject. So para dire-diretso tayo hanggang sa matapos natin. So for today, you'll be listening to rationalization of 500 items. So again, across all the topics that we had in CA1. Okay? So the reason why we have to do this, sabi nga natin, there shall be no special post-test. So wala na talagang magpo-post-test. Lahat tayo dito ay okay na. So whether nakapag-exam or nakapag-post-test or hindi, you're welcome here kasi I will not give any post-test anymore. And that was discussed during our orientation. So
recording in progress.
the way I will be recording our session here. So again, uulitin ko, there shall be no special post-test. And that was again as discussed during our orientation. Also, there's another issue that came across my inbox. So ulitin lang namin ha, the fee for the LMS, for the Learning Management System, that's for Canvas, was not initially included in your assessment. It was only, I think, August 23, 24, 25, 26 that they have seen na hindi pala siya, na-delete pala siya sa system. That's the reason why during those time, there is an increase of 908 pesos on your tuition fee. Again, this is for the LMS fee. So I hope, again, that clarifies it all. Hindi nagtaas ang tuition. Meron lang isang fee na hindi agad nasama sa miscellaneous ninyo. And again, that's the LMS fee. That's not for AIMS, but rather it's for Canvas. Okay? Some post-test results have been posted. Yung iba, hintayin nyo lang within the week. Ipopost din yan sa inyo ng mga advisors ninyo. Also, yung recording, I'll see. Okay, I'll see if I can give, siguro that's something that we have to talk about muna kasi hindi namin yun napag-usapan. So for now, I'll park that question. So don't expect na ibibigay ko. It could be for our documentation only, or if it's okay with all the instructors, I will share it with you. Okay? Wala pa kasi yung iba dito sa school. Ang nandito pa lang si Dr. Grajeda. So it is just and fair for them to confirm first and to acknowledge na okay lang na i-share sa inyo because the questions that we will be discussing today is all of their ano naman eh, ano yun? Kumbaga, anong tawag doon? Hindi naman totally copyright, but then again, it's their own personal question bank. Okay? Sorry, we will not give the copy of the post test. Okay? So again, all the questions on the webinar chat will now be based on the topics being discussed. If you have any questions, I'll go back again later after the discussion of Sir Di Guzman. Should you have any questions that are not related to the post test. Okay? Yung mga questions na ako yung sasagot. Sa ngayon, lahat lang ng itatanong ninyo with Dr. Grajeda yung related lang sa post-test ng pharma. Alright? So again, good luck everyone. So listen, it's up to you kung gusto nyo kumain ng breakfast or not. Basta magdidire-diretso si Dr. sa ratio. Okay? Good luck. Para to sa review ninyo, ha? Okay, thank you. Ay, hindi niyo ako mamimiss. Mamaya nandito uli ako. Sige. Sige lang. Dito yung audio. Ay. There. Okay, I'm good. And okay na po ako. I'm good. So, dito ko pala siya. Saka para makita mo rin yung oo nga lens nila. As soon as. Pwede ko natanggal ito instance. Itong isang. Yan. Hello. Good morning, guys. Yan. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well? Yan. Good na. Ayan. Ayan. Thank you. Yan. Sige, let's start. Pwede na kaya. Bulan. Pwede na yun, mas ano doon. So, dito yung video ko, tsaka yung yan. Okay, and then this, I'll just do that. Okay, very good. If you want to write, ganyan. Ayan. Okay, so good morning, guys. Yan, so we will start now, guys, reviewing for your pharmacology. Okay? So, kung may questions kayo, wait lang. Ang dami kong naka-open na. Yan, okay. Sige, start tayo, guys, ha? So, you can answer, guys, in the chat box. Okay, you can answer in the chat box kung yung answer nyo for the questions. Okay? So, let's start. Number 1. Okay, the nurse recognizes that the administration of a drug influences cell physiology. Okay, influences cell physiology. What is the term for this concept? Okay, so ano nga guys ulit ang pharmacokinetics? So this is the response of the body to the drug. Okay, what is pharmacotherapeutics? What's pharmacotherapeutics? That is, okay, pharmacotherapeutics, therapy is cure, pharma is drugs. Okay, yan, very good. Okay, and then pharmacodynamics, dynamics is the action of the drug, and pharmacology is the study of drugs. Okay, so ayan, very good. Ayan, very good. So all of you answered. Okay, letter C. So that is pharmacodynamics. Okay, very good, guys. Pharmacodynamics. Yan. Okay, very good. Next. Hindi ko na masabi isa-isang pangalan kasi ang dami nila. Ayan, very good. Ayan, si May, si Hadassah, Lailani, Jamie, Karel, Bea, okay, Christine, Maricar, Agnes, Maui, Yulin, okay, Eliza, Bernadette, Agnes. Okay, next one, guys. Number 2. Okay, number 2. The nurse realizes, ay pahabol pa, si Erica, Yoradil, Jello, yan, Anginel,
Wenzel, Manilyn, Angelica. Okay, number 2, guys. The nurse realizes that a drug administered by which route will require the most immediate evaluation of a therapeutic effect. Okay, guys, ano daw ibig sabihin? Yeah, very good. Kasi, so, all right, very good. So everybody answered letter A, IV. Okay, letter A is IV. Okay, why guys? Kasi pag intravenous, kay intravenous, mabilis ang absorption, right? Fast route and mabilis ang absorption. So when we say absorption, it easily goes into the blood. Correct. Okay, diretso sa vein. So mas mabilis siyang ma-absorb. It's actually absorbed already. Diba? It's already absorbed. Kasi pag sub-Q, okay, dadaan muna sa subcutaneous, sa fatty tissues, bago ma-absorb sa blood. Lalo na kapag oral, kasi kapag oral, it will have to first pass the liver to undergo metabolism. Okay? And then topical sa skin, pinakamatagal sa topical. And also it will be more localized. Okay? So our answer here is, natin, no. Okay. So our answer here is IV. Okay, number 2 is IV. Okay, very good. So, tama, letter A, guys. It's IV. Okay, next. Okay. Yan. Okay, next. So, number 3, guys. The favorable and desirable response after a treatment of any kind. So guys, ano yung keyword? So when you answer questions, get clue words there. Okay, get a keyword or a clue word there. Ano guys ang clue word natin sa question? Very good. Yes, Seri Rose. Maui, very good. Ang keyword natin dito is desirable. Okay, our keyword is desirable. Okay, so pag desirable, it is therapeutic effect. Very good. Letter B. Okay, letter B. So guys, masanay na po kayo that every time you answer questions, meron dong mga keywords or clue words. So try to see that and you will be able to get the answer correctly. Okay, so number 3, guys, will be therapeutic effect. Okay, number 3 will be therapeutic effect. Okay, next. Anong critical concentration, guys? So that's the level of drug in the body that will produce a therapeutic effect. Okay, so para daw, wait lang. Ayan. So para daw guys, magkaroon ng therapeutic effect, we need to have a critical concentration. So that's the level of drug in the body that will produce a therapeutic effect. What is a loading dose, guys? What is a loading dose? So a loading dose is the amount of drug that is given that will produce an immediate response. Okay, it will have an immediate response. Okay, so usually it's higher than the recommended dose. Okay, and it's usually done in, or that is given in emergency. So, okay, so it's an initial dose, but will give you immediate effects. Okay, initial dose, immediate effect, si loading dose. Okay, and your adverse effect, of course, your adverse effect is, correct, James. Correct, James. It's undesirable, okay, and it is unexpected. Undesirable and unexpected. Yan, okay? So yung critical concentration, very good, Jana. Frahana, ayan, Maui, James. Yeah, very good. Next one, guys. Any questions po? Okay, you can just type your questions in the chat box. Okay. Okay, next one. Wait lang po. I want to put it up here. Okay, next one, guys. Okay, number 4. So a patient was prescribed. Yeah. Okay, so number 4, guys. A patient was prescribed a drug orally. Drug A orally, so a process in which pharmacodynamics where a chemical is released is called, ayan, very good. So our answer is, you are all correct, guys, liberation. Okay, so ano palang excretion yun. So metabolism, guys, is, what is metabolism? Yan, so metabolism, guys, happens where? Metabolism, you are correct, guys. Okay, so it happens in the liver, okay, and there is biotransformation, okay, biotransformation, or you are correct, breakdown. Okay, so it makes a drug. It's in the liver, okay, and yeah, okay, it breaks down the drug into a less biotransformation breakdown of drug into a less active and less toxic drug. Okay, so metabolism, so it's in the liver. Okay, so there will be breakdown of drug and it makes the drug less active and less toxic. Yeah, okay, so and then your liberation, okay, there is now the release of active ingredients. Release of active ingredient is liberation. Very good. Tapos excretion, you know, that is elimination. Okay, elimination of drug from the body. Okay, elimination of drug in the body. So our answer here, guys, will be, so ang answer natin, guys, dito will be the liberation. Okay, there is the release of active ingredient. Okay, next one, number 5. Okay, are we good, guys? Okay, number 5, oops. Okay, number 5. Okay, which statement best indicates that the nurse understands the meaning of pharmacokinetics? Okay, A, it involves the study of physiological interaction of drugs. Ito ba yun, guys? Physiological interaction of drugs. Okay. Physiological interaction. Ano po ito, guys? Actually, this is pharmacodynamics. Okay. Letter B, it explains the distribution of the drug between various compartments. Okay, between various compartments. Okay, C, it explains interaction between various drugs. It explains the adverse reaction of a drug. So answer, guys, pharmacokinetics. Explains the adverse reaction. Puro adverse reaction lang ba, guys, si pharmacokinetics? O hindi. Okay, pharmacokinetics, it involves liberation, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. So our answer po dito is, yan, our answer here is, ay. Yan, so our answer here, guys, is correct. Our answer is letter B. Okay, our answer is letter B. Okay, it explains the distribution of drugs between the various compartments of the body. Yan, kasi meron sa, it involves the different parts of the body, layers of the body, tapos pupunta muna siya sa blood, pwede pumunta muna sa liver, kaya pumunta sa target tissue, and then it will finally be excreted. So let answer dyan, guys, is letter B. Okay, the letter B. Okay, next. Okay, letter B. Okay, number 6. And number 6. Mrs. Smith, a 66-year-old client with cirrhosis of the liver. Oops. Nangyari ba? Okay, cirrhosis of the liver. Anong nangyayari? Yan. Okay, exhibits decreased metabolic activity. This will require what possible change in her drug regimen? Okay, drug regimen. May problem sa liver, guys, ha? And what's happening, guys, in the liver? Ano pharmacokinetic ang nangyayari, guys, sa liver? May cirrhosis, eh. Oh, metabolism. Okay, metabolism. So, what this will require, what possible change in her drug regimen? A reduction in the dosage of drugs. B, a change in the timing of medication administration. So, ibig sabihin, instead of TID, gagawin na lang once a day kasi sira na si liver. Okay, and C, an increased dose of prescribed drug. Guys, when you increase the dose of the prescribed drug, ay lalong magkakaroon ng toxicity. Okay, D, all prescribed drug must be given by IM injection. By IM injection. Okay, so the answer here, guys, okay, so the answer here will be A. Okay, very good. So answer here is A. Because if you give less, if you give more of the drug, it will increase the risk of toxicity. Okay, it will increase the risk of toxicity. Very good. Yan, Jude Ann, John Philip, Franciscan Levy. Ayan, very good. Next. Okay, 7. Mr. James, a 56-year-old client with a chronic renal failure. The nurse should recognize that this client will be at particular risk of what condition? For which condition? Ayan. So, A, rapid development of drug toxicity. B, development of allergic reaction to nephrotoxic drugs. C, slow development of tolerance. Or letter D, need for increased doses of prescribed drug. Okay, so what's our answer here, guys? Okay, so the answer again will be, okay, answer is A. Okay, the answer here, guys, is ayan. Okay, so remember this, guys, ha? Kapag drugs, you have to remember that. Okay, you have to remember when to lower down the dose of your drug. Number 1, kapag elderlies, okay, because of the wear and tear of the organs, especially the liver, the kidneys. Number 2, you also need to reduce the dose kapag may kidney ano sabi ko, number 1 is elderly. Number 2, the too young. Okay, the tuyang. Why? Because, wait lang ha. Okay, when do we, anong takeaway natin guys sa number 6 and number 7? Takeaway natin dito is, when you need to reduce the dose of the drug in what conditions? Number 1, kapag elderly because of the wear and tear of the organs. Number 2, the too young because hindi pa fully developed yung kanilang mga organs. Okay, number 3 is kapag may liver problem like cirrhosis of the liver because the liver cannot metabolize and break them down or detoxify them. And number 4, kapag may kidney problems because they cannot excrete anymore the drugs that are not used by the body. Okay, so take note of those 4 instances whereby we need to lower down the dose. Okay, there's a question here. Ma'am, question lang po sa number 6. If we decrease the dose, how will we reach the critical concentration? Okay. Oh, that's a very valid and critical question. Ayan. Okay. So, kung i-decrease din daw ang dose, what you call this, how can we reach the critical concentration? Guys, remember na yung mga drugs natin, okay, ang dose ng mga drugs natin, guys, they have undergone the drug evaluation. Remember, ano yung drug evaluation natin? You have the preclinical trial, which means tinest mo na yung chemical saan? Sa animals. Number 2, your phase 1. Tinest yon sa healthy subjects, sa healthy na tao. Number 3, phase 2, tinest na siya sa patients na may mga sakit. Number 4 is phase 3, tinest na siya in a wide number, a greater number of population. And number 5, it's already in the market. Guys, during those wait lang guys. Thank you. Ayan, what you call this? During the drug evaluation, guys, diba? Lahat yan, chine-check nila. Is it toxic? What are the therapeutic effects? What else? What should be the dose? Okay, what should be the dose in order to reach the critical concentration? And guys, yung sinabi nating dose doon, hindi lang isang number, it's a range. Okay, it's a range. For example, for your cephalexin, okay, the dose for your recommended dose for your, yes, correct, EJ. Okay, so doon guys, inaral nila na dose, hindi lang isang number. For example, for your cephalexin, ang dose, ang range doon is, for the recommended dose for your cephalexin is 30 milligram to 50 milligram per kilogram. Okay, 30 to 50 milligram per kilogram. So when we say, we usually give, depende na yan guys we usually give the maximum, we give the midline. Okay, pero pag elderly is, you choose the lowest recommended dose. Okay, you choose the lowest recommended dose. For example, paracetamol. Guys, ano po ang recommended dose ni paracetamol? 10 to 15 milligram per kilogram body weight. So kapag may cirrhosis ang liver, okay, so we give what? We give the 10. Okay, pasok pa rin yun guys. It will reach the critical concentration. Kaya nga lang, the lowest dose. Ganon din guys sa elderlies ha. Sa elderlies, start low, di ba? Ano sabi sa Jeria guys? Start low, go slow. Okay? Go slow. Ayan. Wait ha. I hope I answered your question, Kiano. So, na-test naman nila yan sa drug evaluation. Okay, Doc? So meaning, in different doses, same lang po ang expected therapeutic or will there be some changes? No, pare-pareho ang therapeutic effect. Merong therapeutic effect. So within that range, this is the lowest dose, okay, and the highest dose. So usually kami, we just think, grabe ba yung sakit ni patient? So I will give the highest dose. Okay, o kaya, okay lang yan, middle dose lang ako. Okay, for example nga, your paracetamol. So you can give 5 to 15. So choose the lowest dose. Okay, bali mas tatagal lang po yung gamutan. No, hindi tatagal. It's the same gamutan. Okay, it's the same gamutan. Honestly, galing. Ayan. Okay, okay, the same lang dose. So reduce lang natin. Wait, so reduce dose to minimum. Yes, minimum therapeutic range. Nakuha guys, minimum therapeutic range, maximum therapeutic range, guys. If you go more than the maximum therapeutic range, you will have toxicity. If you go below the minimum therapeutic range, you will not have any effect. Kasi underdose na po yun. Okay? So are those patients with liver cirrhosis and kidney disease at risk for side effects? Yes, they will be at risk of side effects. That is why we need to give the minimum, the lowest therapeutic dose or the lowest recommended dose. Okay? Ayan. Oh, thank you for your questions, guys. We are all, everybody will be benefiting from your questions. Yan, bakit po hindi na lang ibigay yung minimum range for everyone kung makakakuha pa rin po ng same therapeutic effect? Oh, that's because it depends na on the doctor. Okay, kung halimbawa, ang tingin ko naman, umpisa pa lang yung sakit niya. Okay, and I will be expecting na baka lumala ito. So I will start with a minimum dose. Okay, para pag medyo lumalala, okay, I can adjust my dose. Okay, so it's all depend, guys, on what the doctor assesses at that time. So ang pinakamaganda, guys, talaga, pag elderly, lalo na pag elderly, start low, go slow. I'm sure you have heard of that tagline. Start low, go slow for the elderlies. Okay, edi ganun din guys sa mga may other kidney and liver problems. Okay. So ang pinakamaganda talaga is start low. Okay, we can get naman daw the same therapeutic effect. Or kung gusto mo naman, remember guys, anong loading dose? Ang loading dose is usually higher than the recommended dose kasi medyo malala na si patient. Halimbawa, ang infection niya is, upon my assessment, ang infection niya is grabe. Okay, so, bigay ko na yung maximum dose nito. Okay, maximum dose. Doc, possible po ba yung letter D? Kasi it will bypass the first pass po. Hindi lang po siya priority, pero possible din. Which one? Need for increased doses. Need for, anong tanong ni Shania? Kasi it will bypass the first pass. Are we talking about number 7 or number 6? Baka you're talking of number 6. Wait lang. IM. All prescribed drugs must be given by IM. However, hindi naman kasi lahat ng drug preparation may pang-IM. Remember guys, hindi lahat ng drug may tablet, may capsule, may pang-IV. So hindi lahat available. Okay, but you have a point there that pag IM, it will bypass the liver, so wala rin tayong first pass effect. Okay. Okay, kasi ang goal natin dito is reduce the toxicity. Okay, all prescribed drugs must be given IV. So hindi lahat ng drugs natin merong IV preparation. Okay. Applicable pa rin po ba yun pag reduce ng drug if yung patient po may kidney failure? Yes, definitely. Guys, if you will try to observe, kuha kayo ng insert ng isang gamot. Or you can get it in the Google. Halimbawa, antibiotic. Okay, kuha kayo ng kanyang insert. Alam niyo yun guys, yung nakalagay dun sa papel. Maliit na papel na nakalagay dun sa gamot. Okay, nakalagay dun guys, what is the chemical involved? What is the chemical there? Ano yung pharmacodynamics? Ano yung pharmacokinetics? Okay, ano yung possible side effects? Okay, it's all there guys. And pinag-aralan lahat yon during the drug evaluation. Okay, pinag-aralan yun sa drug evaluation. So, what I'm saying guys is, anong tawag doon? What I'm saying is, nakalagay doon guys specifically, if patient has, nakalagay doon sa dose. Lower the dose in cases of, number 1, may liver problem. Okay, number 2, may kidney problem. It is really stated there that you have to lower the dose. Okay, kasi nga, they have already studied that during the drug evaluation. Kaya guys, this is the reason why, alin ba ang safer to use? Yung herbal drugs na sabi nila ay natural or etong mga chemicals na drug natin? Which do you think guys is safer? Is safer? Yun bang herbal, lagi nilang sinasabi, ay mas safe to kasi safe ito kasi natural ito. Ayan, natural ito. Very good. Mas safe guys yung mga drugs natin because it underwent the drug evaluation. And you know guys, na gaano sila katagal guys? 6 to 10 years para just for your paracetamol to be marketed. Just so your paracetamol or your drug will be marketed. Okay, pero yung mga herbal drugs natin guys, natural nga pero they have not been tested. Okay, so you can see how drug evaluation and how our drugs really underwent this. Kaya sabi na, this is FDA approved. Yung mga herbal drugs natin guys, they flaunt it na, meron kaming FDA approval. Pinapakita pa guys, di ba, sa Facebook, okay, meron silang mga gamot, this is the FDA approval. Guys, yung FDA approval ng mga supplements natin is just for their sterility. Sterility lang yun guys, yung pinapakita nila na inapprove ni FDA. That's why in the box na nakalagay sa kanila, di ba, nakalagay doon, in one side of the box nakalagay doon, indicated for diabetes, for hypertension, for hyperthyroidism, for Cushing's, sinabi na lahat ng gamot. Pero when you turn to the other side, nakalagay doon, and they have to print it, based on FDA guidelines, they have to print it, nakalagay doon, no approved therapeutic claims. No approved therapeutic claims. They have to write it there kasi nga hindi naman sila nag-undergo ng drug evaluation. So actually guys, mas safer ang mga chemicals natin. Okay? So I hope you tell this to your patients, okay? Na pinipilit nila na naku, mas safe to kasi mas safe to kasi natural. Ayan, kasi natural. Ayan. Wait lang guys. So, questions pa po? Wait lang ha. Wait lang guys. Hi, sir. Po, pwede po. Yan. Okay, next one, guys. Ma'am, correct me if I'm wrong po. Pag herbal medicine, di po kasi walang proper dosage. May iba mas sinasabi, take it once a day, take it 3 times a day. Di ba? Ganon. So, wala talagang, yun lang yung sabi nila, based on, guys, remember, evidence-based na tayo ha. Evidence-based na po tayo. Lahat ng ginagawa natin kay patient. So, ito, siguro, kinry lang nila to some people, pero it's not as stringent as that of our drug evaluation. Does taking herbal medicine po can also result sa toxicity if it's too much? Yes, it can. Okay, and there is also drug to plant interaction. Ha? Remember, example, kay warfarin. Okay guys, anong sabi natin kay warfarin? Your warfarin is an anticoagulant drug, okay? And anticoagulant, it will not produce clot. So what's the risk, guys, of your warfarin? Ang risk ng warfarin is bleeding. Okay, madugo, correct, bleeding. And what is one of our nursing considerations, guys, is avoid the 4Gs. Avoid the 4G. Ano yung 4 na G, guys? Garlic, ginseng, ginger, ginkgo biloba. These are herbal drugs. Why? Kasi they will also promote bleeding. Okay? They will also promote bleeding. And of course, kapag nasobra na, anything that is sobra, guys, will be toxic. Okay? Everything that is sobra will be toxic. Ayan, very good. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Okay, next. Number 9 pa lang tayo. Ay, kaya nyo na to, guys. Kaya nyo. When teaching a client on the effect of a mydriatic agent, the nurse explains that this drug will have what effect? Oh, what effect? Ay, wait lang, guys. Number 8 pa pala tayo. Number 8. Sorry. So, a 70-year-old patient has just received a drug that can cause sedation. What would be the priority nursing diagnosis for this patient? Okay, so non-compliance, cause of the drug. Is it related, guys? No. B, deficient knowledge and familiar with the drug. C, risk for injury related to adverse effect of your drug. Or D, ineffective health maintenance, need for medication. Okay, very good, guys. Sedation. So, dapat avoid your patients driving, avoid also operating big machineries. Okay, so our answer here is letter C. Very good, guys. Letter C. Very good. Silang lahat. Okay, 9. When teaching a client on the effect of a mydriatic agent, the nurse explains that this drug will have what effect? Number 9 is correct. Pag A, guys, anong tawag natin sa drugs? What do we call the drugs in letter A? We call this, okay, we call this myotics. Okay, we call this myotics. Okay. So increase ang lacrimation. Guys, may increased lacrimation? Ang mydriatics ba may increased lacrimation? Actually, decrease. Diba? Actually decrease. Dilate the pupils. Yes. Blurred vision. Is there blurring of vision, guys? No. Pag blurring of vision, miosis yun. Okay, so dilate the pupils. So our answer here is yan, letter C. Okay, letter C. So guys, yung mga words lang dapat alam natin. We can intellectually guess what our drugs actions are. Okay, number 10. Okay, number 10. Adrenergic blockers are contraindicated in, guys, adrenergic blockers. Anong effect niya, guys? Sympathetic, parasympathetic. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. Adrenergic is sympathetic. Blocker, you block. Okay, so you block the sympathetic. So you will have a parasympathetic response. Okay, you will have a parasympathetic response. So answer is correct. Pwede ba siya, guys, sa migraine? Actually, this is used for, yan. Actually, guys, this is used for migraine. Okay, for hypertension, are your beta blockers used for hypertension? Yes, it is. Is it used for pheochromocytoma? Yes, because this will decrease the blood pressure. So ang answer po natin here is, and answer natin is A. Okay, our answer is A. Yeah, very good. Next. Okay, 11. A 50-year-old woman recovering from an abdominal surgery receives Bethanicol. Okay, so our drug is Bethanicol. It's a muscarinic receptor agonist. Okay, muscarinic receptor agonist. So guys, ano ang muscarinic? Simpar para. Muscarinic, simpar para. Okay, agonist daw siya, guys. So ano ang effect? Sympathetic, parasympathetic effect. Sympathetic, parasympathetic. Okay, very good. So we'll have a parasympathetic effect. So alin dyan, guys? Ang parasympathetic, ang effect. Okay, ang effect. O, tingnan nga natin, guys, sa letter, sige, A. May dry mouth. May dry mouth ba, guys? Parasympathetic ka. Wala. Abdominal cramps. When you say abdominal cramps, increase ang motility and tachycardia. So lahat ito are, okay, lahat po ito are sympathetic response. Mydriasis, bronchospasm, flash face. Flash face. What makes this wrong, guys? What makes this wrong? Tama ba yung mydriasis? Tama ba ang mydriasis? No, dapat meiosis. May bronchospasm. Yes, sorry. Yes, bronchospasm is correct. Flash face, may vasodilation. Correct. Okay, what makes this wrong is your mydriasis. Okay, kasi parasympathetic tayo ha. Parasympathetic. May meiosis. Yes. May diarrhea. Yes. May bradycardia. Yes. Constipation, no, this is sympathetic. Increased sweating, it is sympathetic. And salivation, sympathetic. So your answer here, guys, is letter C. Okay, answer is letter C. Okay, very good. Next. So ganun, guys, mag-analyze ha. Get some clue words in the question. Okay, next. Okay, 12. Ay, meron pa pala. Increased salivation. Okay, increased salivation is, ay, tama ba, guys? Increased salivation is parasympathetic, dysphagia. Okay, pero walang mga confusion and restlessness. Okay, next, 21. So, a patient took an accidental overdose of a cholinergic drug. Ay, 11. Ay, mali pala yung numbering. 11, tapos naging 21. Other side. Ay, oo nga. Yan. Galing nyo talaga. O nga, may other side pa pala. Okay, next, number 12. You start a patient in the ICU on a drip of phenylephrine. Guys, will you classify phenylephrine? Ay, ito pala yung question. As the patient is persistently hypotensive, okay, do you think that this will raise the patient's blood pressure? Because phenylephrine's primary mechanism of action is which of the following? Okay, alpha-2 ba siya? Guys, saan ang alpha-2 receptors? Where do we find alpha-2 receptors? In the CNS. Okay, alpha-1. Alpha-1 is in the blood vessel. Beta-2 is in the lungs. Beta-1 is... Okay, so guys, yun na yung clue nyo. Alpha-2 is in the... Pwede pala yun. Okay, alpha-2 is in the CNS. Ay. Okay, while your alpha-1 is in the blood vessels. Beta-2, guys, is where? It's in the lungs. And beta-1 is in the heart. Okay, is in the heart. Oh, saan tayo, guys, yan? Hypotension. Hypotension. So, answer is correct. Answer is letter B. Okay, answer is letter B. Ay. Okay, letter B in the blood vessels. Okay, next. Okay, number 13. A beta-2 agonist that is used for both of asthma and is also a tocolytic. Oh guys, tocolytic. Oh, salbutamol ba? Salbutamol is a SABA. Oh, SABA siya. Okay, isotretinoin is Duvadlan. This is a tocolytic only. Okay, pindolol is what? Pindolol is a beta blocker. Terbutaline is... Yan, terbutaline is used in asthma. So it's a SABA and also a tocolytic. Right? It's a SABA and tocolytic. Very good. Yan. Next. Okay, 14. What is the therapeutic effect when... What is the therapeutic effect when an antagonist drug binds to a muscarinic receptor? O guys, muscarinic, parasympathetic, antagonist. So anong effect ang ine-expect natin dito guys? Ano ine-expect natin? Eh di, sympathetic. Okay, so we expect a sympathetic effect. Yan, wait lang guys. Ang dami natin kailangan gawin. May nagpapa-exam pa ako. Okay, next. Okay, so sympathetic. It will cause a slowing and calming effect that dilates the bronchioles and increases the heart rate. Tama ba yan, guys? It will cause a slowing or calming effect that dilates the bronchioles. What makes it wrong? So what makes it wrong? Yung yan, slowing, slowing and calming effect. Okay, slowing or calming effect. Ayan. Tapos, dilates end up of the bronchioles. Okay, increases the heart rate. Okay, letter B, it will cause slowing or calming effect that increases secretion. Tama ba guys, yung increase ang secretion? No, that's mali. And decrease the heart rate. O, mali din yung decrease ang heart rate. Okay, letter C. Ay. Ay. Wait lang. O, ayan. Letter C, it will have an excitation effect that dilates the bronchioles and increase the heart rate. It will have an excitation and decreases the heart rate. So what makes this wrong ulit si number 4? What makes it wrong? Kasi magdi-decrease daw ang heart rate. Okay, so our answer here is that makes it wrong. Very good. So ang answer po natin dito is C. Okay, our answer is letter C. Very good. Next one. Okay, next one. Okay. Epinephrine. Oops. Epinephrine. Okay, guys, how do we classify epinephrine? Epinephrine is an adrenergic agonist. Okay, when we say guys, adrenergic agonist, lahat ng adrenergic. So it will have 15 daming tanong eh. Oy, bilisan ko daw. Hindi, nag-start kami, 8:30.
No, it's just 8:18 do.
Bilisan daw natin, guys. Dami na lang
Almost an
tanong.
hour na number 15.
Opo. Ang daming tanong. Okay, game guys. Adrenergic agonist. Napagalitan na tayo. Okay, game. Ang importante, we are learning here. Okay. Okay, adrenergic agonist. Ay, grabe naman sila makatawa talaga, oh. Grabe makatawa, oh. Are we learning, guys? Are we learning? Okay. Okay, ano sabi ko? Oh, epinephrine, guys. Adrenergic agonist. Adrenergic means lahat, meaning alpha and beta. So it will have effect on all the alpha and the beta. Okay, an adrenergic drug is used to treat cardiac arrest and status asthmaticus because, answer guys, it is increase the speed of conduction. May kinalaman ba yun, guys? Wala. Okay, wala. Bronchodilation, actually decrease. Bronchodilation, increase heart rate, contractility, and conduction. Letter C, increase vasodilation. Guys, may vasodilation ba? Wala. Anong meron? Vasoconstriction. Although it will enhance the myocardial contractility. Letter D, bronchoconstriction and increase ang heart rate. Anong mali dun, guys? Mali si bronchoconstriction. So ang answer po natin dito is letter B. Ayan, very good. Letter B. Okay, iwasan ko na masyadong magsusulat. Napapatagal ako. Okay, game number 16. Phenylephrine ulit. An alpha-1 specific agonist is found in many cold and allergy preparations. The nurse instructs the patient to be alert for which adverse effect. To be alert with which adverse effect. Ayan, guys. Anong effect niya, guys? Sympathetic para sympathetic. Sympathetic para sympathetic. Sympathetic tayo, ha? Okay, sympathetic tayo. Yan, sympathetic tayo. So, may urinary retention ba? May urinary retention? Meron, pero meron bang pupillary constriction? Wala. Hypotension? No, dapat hypertension. Slow heart rate? Dapat increase heart rate. Personality changes and increased appetite? Walang masyadong not related. Cardiac arrhythmia and difficulty urinating? Yes, so our answer in number 16 is letter C. Ay, letter D, dog. Okay, letter dog. Next, 17. Yan, the instructor determines that teaching about adrenergic drugs has been successful when the class identifies the drug as also being called, ano guys yan, adrenergic daw. Okay, adrenergic. Okay, so answer natin is correct. Letter C, sympathomimetic. Okay, sympathomimetic. Okay, 18. 18. Phentolamine or Regetin, an alpha adrenergic blocker, okay, is most frequently used when A, to prevent cell death after extravasation of IV, dopamine or norepinephrine. B, to treat COPD in patients with hypertension. So guys, anong effect ni alpha blocker? Anong effect ni alpha blocker daw guys? So blocker, alpha blood vessel, parasympathetic to the blood vessel. Anong effect yun guys? Vasodilation. Okay, vasodilation. Will this treat COPD in patients with hypertension or arrhythmia? Hindi. Kasi alpha lang siya, guys. C, to treat hypertension and BPH. Alpha 1 antagonist po yun. Iba po yun. Sila susin. Letter D, to block bronchoconstriction during acute asthma. No, dapat it's a sympathomimetic. Ang answer po dyan, guys, is letter A. Correct, baby. Letter A. Yes. Okay. Yes, Karil. Very good. Next. Kasi alpha siya, guys, alpha. So it will cause vasodilation. Okay? And lalo na if there's an extravasation of IV adrenergic drugs. Okay. Next, 19. A smoker who is being treated for hypertension with a beta blocker is most likely receiving a what? Is likely receiving a what? Hypertension with a beta blocker is most likely receiving a what? Okay, very good. A beta-1 specific blocker. Beta-1 specific blocker. Yan, beta-1 specific blocker. Next. Because it is presyong, guys, smoker siya, meron na siyang COPD. Okay, meron siyang COPD. So, magkakos ng bronchoconstriction. So, we cannot give a beta blocker because it will have a bronchoconstriction. Okay, next, 20. Nurse Shai is teaching a client about the side effect of anticholinergic meds. Which of the following symptoms and signs should be included in the instruction? Okay, in the instruction. Ayan, answer natin dyan, guys, is anticholinergic. Oh, just the word anticholinergic, you will have a sympathetic response. Okay, kapag sympathetic response is A, very good. Dry mouth, urine retention, constipation, and dilated pupils. Ayan. Okay, very good. Ayan. Okay, number 30. Number 30. A client with myasthenia gravis reports the occurrence of difficulty in chewing. The physician prescribes, wait. Ano na ako? 20. 21 muna. Yung yan. Salamat po. Salamat po. Okay, 21. Patient took an accidental overdose of a cholinergic drug while at home. So pag cholinergic drug, guys, ano nang iisipin natin? Ano ha? Parasympathetic while at home. He goes to the emergency department with a severe abdominal cramping and diarrhea, which are expected kasi cholinergic yon. The nurse expects that which drug will be used to treat this patient. So meaning guys, nagkaroon ng cholinergic crisis. Okay, nagkaroon ng cholinergic crisis. So anong gamot natin guys? Di anti-cholinergic, which is which one? Which one? Oh guys, lidocaine is an anti-anesthetic. So wala yon. Physostigmine, it's a cholinergic drug. Okay, bibigyan nyo pa ba guys ng physostigmine? Hindi na cholinergic drug yan. Okay, protamine sulfate is the antidote for heparin. Okay, for heparin. So, ayan, okay. So, ayan. So, again, guys, this is cholinergic drug. Ayan, protamine sulfate is the antidote for heparin. Okay, lidocaine is anti-arrhythmic and also an anesthetic. Your atropine is classified as anti-cholinergic. So we have here a case of a cholinergic crisis. So we give letter A. Okay, very good. Letter A. Okay, 21. Ay, naulit ito guys, di ba? 21. When teaching a client on the effect of a mydriatic drug, ano to? Letter C. Okay, very good. Dilates the pupils. Okay, next. When the nurse administers a beta-adrenergic blocker to the patient with angina, the nurse expects the drug will help to control angina, but it will also have what other effect? A, increase ang heart rate. Beta-adrenergic blockers, guys. Ano yung expect nating response? Sympathetic, parasympathetic. Yawe, parasympathetic response. Okay. So, increase ba ang heart rate? Hindi. Increase oxygen consumption. Decrease ang rate ng... Okay, decrease ang strength of heart muscle contraction or decrease ang urinary output. Parasympathetic tayo. So, hindi siya mag-increase ang heart rate. Hindi rin mag-increase ang consumption. Magdi-decrease ba ang urine output? No. Okay. Decrease ang urine output? No. Tapos, yan. Letter C. So, decrease ang strength of heart muscle contraction. Very good. Next. Okay, next, 24. How does propranolol control hypertension? Okay, propranolol is a beta blocker. So A, blocks ba niya yung alpha receptor through the body? Alpha ba siya? No. So this is, what makes it wrong? The alpha receptor. It's wrong. Okay, increases the diuretic response in the renal tubule. In the renal tubule, what makes it wrong? Propranolol siya, parasympathetic, dapat, ay wait. Tama pala. In the renal, meron ba sa kidney guys? Meron sa kidney na beta? Yes, mag-increase ang renin. Pero it's not the diuretic response. Ang effect niya sa kidney is increase ang renin, so blood pressure din. Okay. So, increase the diuretic. Hindi yan. Okay, letter C, reduces the sympathetic stimulation in cardiac muscle or inhibit the conversion of angiotensin 1 to angiotensin 2. Wala siyang connection. So, ang answer here is letter C. Very good. And a letter C. Next, 25. Okay. Yeah, 25. So a 44-year-old woman comes to her physician for a follow-up examination. On her previous visit, she was diagnosed with hypertension and pharmacotherapy was initiated with metoprolol. Okay, metoprolol. In which of the following ways does metoprolol differ from the actions of propranolol? Oh guys, anong difference ni propranolol kay metoprolol? May nanggugulo guys dito. Si Ma'am Nicole. Okay, guys, A. Yes, so sino ang si propranolol guys is non-selective, metoprolol is selective. Ano nga guys yung mnemonics natin sa beta-1 selective? BEAM. B-E-A-M. Correct. Very good. So answer is has some selectivity for beta-2, likely reduce cardiac output, it is less to precipitate. Okay, it has your selectivity for beta-2. Sir, answer is letter B. Okay, 25 is B. Okay, 26. 36-year-old woman comes to her physician for a follow-up examination. On her previous visit, she was diagnosed with hypertension and clonidine was initiated. The antihypertensive action of clonidine is due to its action on. Again, so alam nyo dapat kung saan meron yung mga receptors. Okay, answer here is dog. Alpha 2. Okay, alpha 2. Alpha 1 saan? Blood vessel. Fast talk guys. Alpha 1 blood vessel, alpha 2 CNS, beta 1 heart, beta 2 is the lungs. Okay, so answer sa number 26 is alpha 2. Okay, alpha 2. Next, 27. 27. Okay, the nurse is teaching a patient about anticholinergic agent prescribed for urinary retention. Guys, pag anticholinergic, ano ang effect sa anticholinergic, ano ang effect? Para. Anticholinergic, so sympathetic. Okay, sympathetic. What is sympathetic to? Sympathetic to the urinary flow. So there is retention. Which statement indicates a need for further teaching? I will chew gum to relieve dry mouth. I will limit my fluid intake. Needs, ano guys, needs further teaching. I will eat fresh foods. I will not drive if I develop blurred vision. So answer po dyan is, answer is B. You're correct. I will limit my fluid intake. Dapat nga mas maraming fluid. Okay, kasi may urinary retention. Okay, next. Correct. Yes, Judy Ann. Very good. Increase dapat. Next. Okay, so we have here, guys. So NG, 34-year-old soldier, was complaining of weak eye closure and diplopia for several weeks, which persisted. She was brought to the ER because she was dragging her right leg. Initial diagnosis is myasthenia gravis. To confirm the diagnosis, the nurse prepares equipment for tensilon test. Okay. So the patient is being tested for myasthenia gravis. Okay, so a positive here. Yeah. So a positive test confirming myasthenia gravis is very good. B. Improve muscle function. Kasi pag A po yan, guys. Pag A, it is, ano guys, pag A, worsening of muscle condition. It's a negative tensilon test. It means what? Very good. It means cholinergic crisis. Very good. Cholinergic crisis. Next, 29. The client with MG is prescribed cholinesterase inhibitor like the neostigmine, which data indicates the medication is effective. Okay, effective. So gusto natin guys is a positive response. A, the client is able to feed self-independently. The client is able to blink eyes without tearing. Is it related? Tearing. 29. Ito na ako sa kabila. Yan. C, the client denies nausea when eating. The client denies any pain when performing ROM exercises. Okay, very good guys. Letter A. Okay, letter A. 30. A client with MG reports the occurrence of difficulty in chewing. So, ibig sabihin guys, nagkakaroon na rin ng weakness and paralysis. Pababa na siya ha. The physician prescribes pyridostigmine to increase the muscle strength for this activity. The nurse instructs the client to take the medication at what time in relation to meals? In relation to meals, guys. O A, after dinner, when the patient is already fatigued. Before breakfast daily, okay? Kung breakfast lang daily, edi breakfast lang siya makakakain. As soon as arriving in the morning, 30 minutes before each meal. Answer, guys, is dog. Okay? 30 minutes before each meal. Kasi kung sa umaga lang, makakakain siya sa umaga. Pagdating na ng hapon tsaka gabi, walay na. Okay? Next. So, 30 minutes before each meal. 31. Yan. MG. Myasthenic crisis and cholinergic crisis are the major complications of MG. Which of the following is essential nursing knowledge when caring for a client in crisis? Okay. A, weakness and paralysis of the muscles. Yan. Weakness and paralysis of the muscles for slowing and breathing occur in either crisis. Okay. B, cholinergic drug should be administered to prevent further complications. To prevent further complications associated with a crisis. Okay. Okay, the clinical condition of the client usually improves after several days of treatment. Loss of body function creates high levels of anxiety and fear. That's correct. Pero ano yung nursing knowledge dapat? Very good, it's letter A. Okay, weakness and paralysis of the muscles for swallowing and breathing occur in either crisis. Okay, next, 32. Okay, 32. Yeah, the nurse is obtaining a history from a client with suspected peptic ulcer. Which history finding is most likely to contribute? Okay, to contribute. Okay, to contribute to ulcer development. Client takes ibuprofen daily for arthritis. Client operates photocopy machine. Is that related, guys? No. Client has been strict vegetarian, history of psoriasis. Lahat sila not related except for letter A. Okay, classify ibuprofen, guys. It's an NSAID. Okay, and this will, yes, Gian, very good. NSAID siya. Prolonged use of NSAID, yes, Danielle, Karil, it can cause. Why, guys? Because it will block the prostaglandin. Okay, it will block the prostaglandin. Okay, 33. Okay, physician has ordered aluminum carbonate for a client with recurrent indigestion. The nurse should teach the client common side effects of the medication, which will include what, guys? Guys, aluminum. Aluminum. Si Asha, yun ang talagang na, si Daniel, ayun, ang naisip, tae. So, wala na tayong sinabi dyan, kundi letter A. Okay, tae is aluminum. Okay, B, 34. Okay, 34. Yan. 34. Wait lang. Lita natin. Okay, 34. A client with a duodenal ulcer is diagnosed with H. pylori. The physician prescribed amoxicillin, that's an antibiotic, pantoprazole, and clarithromycin. Which statement made by the nurse correctly explains the purpose of this medication? Okay, so these medicines will minimize acid production and coat the ulcer. Will they, guys? Actually, no. Walang antacid doon. Letter B, these meds will stop the acid production and will kill the bacteria. Okay, C, the ulcer will heal because the medications will kill the bacteria. Will kill the bacteria. And letter D, these meds will control the ulcer and motion sickness. What makes letter D wrong is the motion sickness. Letter C, the ulcer will heal because the meds will kill the bacteria. Or letter B, pwede rin yung C, kaya lang mas applicable C, yung bacteria, it will destroy. Pero may other factor that will be considered there, yung production ng hydrochloric acid. So letter B, these meds will stop the acid production and will kill the bacteria. Naintindihan, guys? Si letter C, pwede rin pero kulang. Okay, kulang. So letter B, it will kill the antibiotic, will kill the bacteria. Pantoprazole will decrease the production of hydrochloric acid. Okay, next, 35. Okay, the most effective and cost-effective in reducing the gastric acid. Wala yung action ng PPI. Yes, Daniel, dun sa letter, walang action ng PPI sa letter C. That's why we choose letter B. Okay, very good. Number 32. Number 32. Ano ba 32? A, kasi NSAID po yun. NSAID, so this will cause gastric ulcer. Okay, most effective daw, guys. What is the most effective and cost-effective? Guys, it is the PPI. Okay, very good. Your PPI is the most effective and cost-effective. Okay, 36. The nurse is carrying, Okay, the nurse is caring for Mr. Morgan, 34 years old, who was diagnosed with peptic ulcer. And included in his medication is Gaviscon. Guys, ano si Gaviscon? Classified. Is it an antacid, an H2 blocker, PPI, GI protective, or a prostaglandin agonist? Very good. It's an antacid. Okay, in caring for patient taking this drug, which of the following is incorrect? O incorrect tayo, guys, Incorrect. A, monitor for patient for diarrhea or constipation. B, have the patient swallow the tablet and follow it with water. Okay, A guys, A. Sabi natin si Gaviscon is antacid. A, monitor for diarrhea or constipation, yes or no? Yes, tama yon, di ba? Tama yon. A. Incorrect tayo, incorrect. B, have the patient swallow the tablet and follow it with water. Incorrect ba yon? Incorrect ba yon, guys? Okay, C, administer the drug apart from any other oral meds approximately 1 hour before or 2 hours after. Assess the patient for any signs of acid-base or electrolyte imbalance. Overthinking naman si letter C. Letter D, overthinking. Okay, overthinking. So, ang answer dyan is, is incorrect pala, guys. Correct. Swallow the tablet and follow it. Administer the drug apart. Okay, letter B. Okay, letter B. Yes. Yes, it should be chewed. Kaya nga, guys, if ang tawag to, which is better? Which is better, guys? Yung tablet o yung liquid? For example, antacid na tablet or liquid, ano mas maganda guys? Liquid. Liquid kasi mas mabilis yung action niya. Okay, that's why pag tablet, we have to chew it very well. Okay, chew it and then take a lot of, and then follow up it with water. Yan. Okay, follow up with water para maging liquid siya kasi mas mabilis ang absorption. Yes, very good. Yes, Rafael, very good. Next. Ano na tayo? Ay, wait. Nakabila na naman ako. Okay, 37. Yan. Bruce, 27 years old with duodenal ulcer, is on sucralfate. And he was asking why he needs to take this medicine. So sucralfate, guys, anong action niya? It will coat the ulcer. Okay? It will coat the ulcer. Number 36, anak, is letter B. Kasi you have to swallow it whole. It's incorrect. Dapat you have to chew it. Nakuha, Pinky? Very good. Okay. So 37, guys. A, it will coat down the ulcer, prevent further injury from acid. B, blocks the final step of antacid of acid production. Guys, ano yung letter B? Letter B is blocks final step of final production. PPI po yan. A, C, neutralize the acid. That's an antacid. D, binding with gastric contents to inactivate their function in the stomach. Okay, answer guys, dyan is A. Very good, answer is A. Okay, 38. Which antacid is used for symptomatic relief of an stomach upset associated with hyperacidity? Oh, hyperacidity. Alin daw dyan, guys? Answer. Immediate relief, ha? Okay, start natin dito. Guys, classify cimetidine. Cimetidine is an H2 blocker. Anong action niya, guys? Is it an antacid? No. Anong clue word nyo, guys, sa question number 38? Ang clue word nyo dyan is antacid. Andun na, guys, o antacid. O, A, cimetidine, is that an antacid? No, it's an H2 blocker. B, is lactulose an antacid? No, lactulose is a laxative, pampapoops. O, C, magnesium aluminum hydroxide. Is that an antacid? O, letter D, metoclopramide. What's metoclopramide, guys? Metoclopramide is an antiemetic. It will block the suka. It will block sa pagsusuka. So, answer is letter C. Okay, letter C. Guys, look for the clue words, okay, in the question. So, answer here is what? Letter C. Okay, antacid siya. Next, 39. The nurse will give sucralfate and antacid to her patient as ordered. What would be the nurse's best action in giving these medications? A, give the meds to be followed by water. B, administer this drug in a full stomach. C, antacid should be given in between doses of sucralfate. Or letter D, give it at bedtime. Give it at bedtime. Sucralfate and antacid. Okay, answer here is letter C. Answer is letter C. Okay. Kasi your sucralfate will coat the ulcer. Sucralfate will coat the ulcer. Antacid will neutralize the acid. Yan. So it should be given between doses of sucralfate. Okay, next, 40. 40. So the nurse is preparing misoprostol. Guys, classify misoprostol. It's a prostaglandin agonist. Prostaglandin agonist. So prostaglandin will increase the mucus. It will also increase the bicarbonate. Ay, pabaks ng answer. Sige po. A box ng answer. Okay, so answer here is C. Okay, answer is C. Okay, magalaw pala siya. Okay, next. Okay, next. The nurse is preparing misoprostol for her patient with arthritis who is taking NSAID. Which of the following best explains why misoprostol is given? A, primarily used in patients who are at risk of complications from a gastric ulcer, to ensure the therapeutic effectiveness of NSAID, to block the chemoreceptor trigger zone, and recommended for the nausea and vomiting. Oh, answer guys. So answer natin dito is, okay, answer natin dito is, ay, is A. A. May mga nag-answer ng letter B, to ensure the therapeutic effectiveness of NSAIDs. Actually, it does not have a synergistic nor an additive effect. Okay, wala. Why we give misoprostol? So that kasi si NSAID, sisirain niya yung mucosal lining. Okay, sisirain niya yung mucosal lining. Si misoprostol will actually enhance the mucosal lining. Okay, next. Okay, 41. All of the following are H2 blockers used to treat erosive GERD except. Oh, alin daw guys, except. Basta cimetidine, esomeprazole, ranitidine, Pepcid. Cimetidine is esomeprazole, except. Is letter B, because your esomeprazole is a PPI. Okay, it is a PPI. Except po tayo. Except, so PPI. Natatangi si letter B. Correct, Analu. Okay, next. 42. Which of the following drug is used to suppress gastric secretions by specifically inhibiting the hydrogen potassium ATP enzyme system on the secretory cells of the parietal cells? Okay, of the parietal cells. So answer dyan guys is gastric secretion. Ang clue natin dyan guys is gastric secretion. So you, blocks the gastric secretion. Answer is, gastric parietal cells is your PPI. Okay, is your PPI. Next. Forty-three. Miss Ferry, 29-year-old, was diagnosed with gastric ulcer. The nurse is now arranging the medicine prescribed by her doctor, and it includes misoprostol. In prescribing this medication, especially in women, what there should be done 2 weeks before beginning this treatment. Oh, ano guys? Okay, very good. Your pregnancy test. Okay, bakit guys? Because your misoprostol is an abortifacient. Correct, it's abortifacient. So you have to make sure that it's a prostaglandin agonist. So you have to make sure that the patient is not pregnant. Okay, next. Okay, 44. Which of the following describes the action of antacid? Antacid. Ayan. So, antacid will neutralize the gastric acid. Okay, letter D, walang effect, walang kinalaman. Wala siyang ambag din sa letter C. Okay, letter B, these are your PPI and your H2 blockers. Okay, next, 45, which is a common adverse effect of magnesium-based antacid? Ay, alam na alam yan, guys. E di, magtatae. Yung si Clarice. Magtatae. Okay, next. (46) Okay, cimetidine is an example of basic H2 antagonist. Okay, H2 antagonist. Okay, next. (47) A post-op appendectomy. O guys, nagbigay daw ng ranitidine. O, ranitidine ha. Ranitidine. Ay, Diyos ko din. Ranitidine. Okay. Which is the best response by the nurse? Ranitidine. This medication will cause the pH in your stomach to drop. Ranitidine is an H2 blocker. Okay, it's an H2 blocker. This medication helps coat the stomach, sucral fate yun. Letter B, because you are not eating after surgery, this medication will help reduce the hydrochloric acid of your stomach is still secreting. And letter D, the nasogastric tube. Okay, so ang answer po dyan, guys, is ang gagaling. Letter C. Okay, letter C. Okay, next, 48. Okay, which explanation by the nurse is accurate to include when teaching a patient who is beginning therapy of GERD with metoclopramide? Again, guys, ano si metoclopramide? It's an antiemetic. Okay, it's an antiemetic drug. Therapy with metoclopramide. Okay, so A, this medication decreases esophageal muscle tone to reduce the reflux. B, peristalsis is increased, so food digested more quickly. Pag nag-increase ang peristalsis, lalong magsusuka. Gastric emptying is delayed, so lalong magsusuka. This medication is an antikinetic agent, so you may have difficulty in motor skills. The answer is correct, guys. It is letter. Okay, it is letter A. Okay, it's an antiemetic drug. Okay, next. 49. Yan. So a patient is taking NSAIDs to treat arthritis. Asks the nurse why misoprostol has also been prescribed. Which explanation by the nurse is accurate? Okay, it's accurate. A, NSAIDs often cause GI irritation that can result in peptic ulcer. B, NSAIDs promote the production of prostaglandin and reduce incidence of gastric irritation. Guys, anong mali sa letter B? NSAIDs promote production of prostaglandin. NSAIDs actually are blocking the prostaglandin. Okay, C, anti-ulcer meds eradicate the presence of bacteria in the stomach that cause ulcer. Tama ba yun, guys? Letter C, hindi naman siya antibiotic. And D, drug interactions are prevented when anti-ulcer meds are used. So anong answer po natin dito? Okay, answer natin dito is yan, letter A. Cause pagkasira ng lining ng ends. It's very good. Yan, very good. Tama yan. Pag nag-answer kayo, laging may rationale. Bakit? That's good, Judy Ann. Okay, next. Okay, 50. May 50 na tayo. May isang oras na lang. 20 minutes lang ako. A client is prescribed metoprolol via metered dose inhaler. 2 puffs every 4 hours. So guys, ano yung metoprolol? Okay, the nurse instructs the client to report side effect. Which of the following are potential side effects of metoprolol? Okay, of metoprolol. Okay, so guys, ano din siya ha? 49. Ito po ang 49. So letter A siya. Okay na? Okay. So guys, anong action niya? It's a beta-2 agonist. It's a beta-2 agonist. So, oops. It will cause yan, irregular heartbeats. Okay, irregular heartbeats. Okay, next. 47. Ano pang 47? Wait lang. '47 natin is 47 is C. 47 is C, anak. Ayan. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you, Mizaki. Thank you, Ira Rose. Ayan. Sana tayo? 5th, metoprolol. 51. Yan, basa nyo naman ata guys, di ba? A client has been taking flunisolide. Okay, so ano to guys? It's actually ano to? Steroids. Okay, 2 inhalations a day for the treatment of asthma. He tells the nurse that he has painful white patches in his mouth. Which response by the nurse would be most appropriate? Guys, your flunisolide. Okay, your zoom out. Ayan. 51 na tayo Okay. Ay, ano daw answer sa letter 50? Guys, ano po daw answer sa letter 50? Ay, 50 lang. A, irregular heartbeat. Irregular heartbeat. Okay. So guys, your flunisolide is a steroids. Ano yung dalawang action ni steroid? It's an anti-inflammatory and an immunosuppressant. Okay, meron ng painful patches sa mouth. Anong meron kay patient, guys? Meron siyang stomatitis. Okay, stomatitis. Okay, so answer here is, yan, letter C. Okay, nagkaroon na siya ng fungal infection. Why, guys? Because, meron na siyang fungal infection because of the immunosuppressant effect. Okay, the immunosuppressant effect. Okay, next. Okay, 52. Okay, cromolyn sodium. Cromolyn sodium is a mast cell stabilizer and it's also used as a prophylaxis for asthma. Nurse provides instruction regarding the pharmacodynamics of these meds. The nurse tells the client that this drug prevents an attack because what guys? It's a mast cell stabilizer. Mast cell stabilizer. So, anong laman ng mast cell? Your mast cell is also a basophil. So, maraming laman na histamine. Very good. It contains histamine. So, we stabilize the muscle para hindi puputok, hindi maglalabasan ng histamine. And therefore, lessen natin yung, yung allergic effect, which asthma is. Okay, so answer here, guys, is letter. Okay, answer here is A. Inhibits the release of histamine. Okay, next. Okay, 53. Mr. Ray was diagnosed with chronic bronchitis because of his thick respiratory secretions. He was given this type of mucolytic. Guaifenesin, acetylcysteine, diphenhydramine, all of the above. All of the above. So, ang hinahanap natin, guys, is a mucolytic. Alin dyan, guys, ang mucolytic? It's the mucolytic dyan, guys, is acetylcysteine. Okay, your guaifenesin is an expectorant. Guaifenesin is an expectorant. Diphenhydramine is an antihistamine. Okay, it's an antihistamine. Okay, next. O, ayan. A client is prescribed with guaifenesin. The nurse determines that the client understands the proper administration of this medication if the client states that he or she will proper administration of this. Okay, answer is, guys, ano yan na? May plema. So, answer is, marami nag-answer, take the medication with meals only. Okay, answer is, drink extra fluid. This will also loosen the phlegm. Okay. And also loosen the phlegm. Next, guys, antitussive will block the coughing. Okay, it will block the coughing. So this is indicated for, so antitussives will block the coughing. So it will relieve a dry cough. Okay, it will relieve a dry cough. Hindi siya pwede sa productive cough, ha. Productive cough, tapos mag-i-stop yung coughing niya. So it's lalong maiiwan yung phlegm sa loob. So that will be also a good medium for the bacteria to grow. So that's bad. Okay? Next. Okay, 56. Albuterol. Yan, albuterol. A nurse is about to administer albuterol. Classify albuterol, guys. It's a SABA. Okay, and budesonide is an it's an steroids, corticosteroids. The nurse plans to administer and alternate with a single puff starting. So ano, guys, letter, sabi natin, ano dapat mauna? SABA muna, bronchodilator muna, then the steroids para mag-open siya. Okay, very good. So answer here, guys, is yan, letter B. Okay, letter B. Next. 7. Yan, a client is receiving theophylline. Guys, classify theophylline muna. Guys, classify theophylline. Very good, Santin. Yan, very good. Trisha, Karil. Madeline, Feliz, Judan. It's a methylxanthine, okay? So, the nurse determines the client is experiencing toxicity if the level is, anong sabi natin guys? It has a very narrow therapeutic, range. 5 to 15 or 10 to 20. Yan. Okay, so answer here is D. Okay, D. Okay, kasi if you have more than 20 guys, you have what? You have nausea, early sign of toxicity. If you have more than 35, there's already tremors, which is already a late sign of toxicity. Next, 56. Okay, ipratropium. Classify guys your ipratropium. Classify ipratropium. Okay, ipratropium classify, it's correct, it's an anticholinergic. Okay, anticholinergic. Correct. So, ang answer natin dito is history of peanuts. Okay, history of peanuts. Next. Okay, 59. Montelukast. Guys, classify Montelukast. Classify Montelukast. Classify Montelukast. It's a leukotriene inhibitor. Guys, hindi siya leukotriene inhibitor. Okay, leukotriene inhibitor. So, yan. ALT and AST. ALT and AST. Check for the liver function test. Okay, next. Oh, theophylline. Classify theophylline. It's again a methylxanthine. It's giving a medication, taking theophylline. The nurse instructs the client to limit the intake of which one? Of which one? Oops. Ano muna guys ang side effect kasi ni methylxanthine? Side effect is palpitation. Okay, so avoid caffeine-rich foods and drinks. So cola and coffee. Okay, cola and coffee. $58 is peanut, anak. 58 is peanut. Okay, 61. A 51-year-old woman goes to her physician for a follow-up. She has a history of borderline asthma for 5 years. Repeated blood BP over multiple visit is 148/102. Masyadong mataas. And is diagnosed as hypertensive. Her physician describes a beta blocker. Which of the following is not recommended? Yan, very good. Letter D. Alam nyo na guys, C, BIM. BIM tayo, PEAM. Okay, BIM. Your propranolol is a non-selective beta blocker. $57, ano 57 natin? 57 is dog. 57 is dog.